So good morning, very nice sunny day, a little bit foggy. Today we have a very nice car to drive for a review. BMW 2002 TII. So that's the second generation of the TI. So you got a little bit more power, mechanical injection, that sort of stuff. So what we're going to do, show you around this newly restored car, do a test drive, and yeah, have my opinion about this very nice classic. So let's start. So 2002, built between 1966 and 1977. It was a model range of the E10 model range, also called 02 series. So this is, there's only one model faster. It was a 2002 turbo. That's pretty rare and very expensive, and this particular car is, I think, the most built from this performance figures. It's like, yeah, I think you now have the normal M3 or the M4, and then you have a faster range on top. So I think you can compare this one for the 70s. So it's a very clean car. This car is restored here at passioncar.de. So Passioncar RSC Autotechniek has restored it. So it's a white color, very nice Alpino white. I think it's Alpino white. Very clean. So interior wise, these particular cars are really pretty standard. This particular car has an optional thing that is not factory, but I think it's pretty nice. It's air conditioning. It is built in Japan in the 80s. So that was pretty cool for that time, I think. So, and it has blue interior, all clean, no rips or tears. Completely good. Also the headliner is very nice. All the chrome pieces that could be bought from BMW new are bought and installed. New window frames, everything is in here. So it's completely restored and repainted. So also you got magnesium wheels, that was optional. Campac Nolo wheels. I don't know if I say it right, but yeah, pretty nice wheels. It's 13 inch, I think, 13 inch. So yeah, it's just a very clean car. So the earlier version I thought before 1971 had round tail lights. So this is you can see this is second generation. Also, yeah, you can see the badging TII. It's just pretty clean. Nice trunk. Also very clean, as you can see in here. Everything is just done very nicely. New carpets. It's just, I don't know if there's a spare wheel in it, but we'll have a look later. Very clean. So, no frames on the first side of the window. You got a side window that can open, of course. Clean dashboard. It's a 4-speed manual transmission. They came also with a 5-speed, but it was all only for the turbo. So that was also pretty rare. But it was just a standard transmission. Now let's have a look under the hood. I already have it open. You have to open and close it here. Just like all the other BMWs, it opens from the window to the front. So there's an M10 engine in it, 4-cylinder engine. This particular model, the 02 series of the E10, came with a 1.6, 1.8, 2 liter and a 2 liter turbo engine. So this particular model was the performance model of the normal 2002 that had 101 horsepower and 1 carburetor. That's what it started with. Then you got a TI that had a higher compression ratio and dual carburetors that had 119 horsepower. And then later on in 1971, for the 1971 model, so it came to market in 1972, I thought this particular model, it had an upgraded engine. So I'll tell more about that later. But it had 130 horsepower with 5,800 RPMs. So you can see it's pretty clean. And this is a 1975 car. So for a 1975 car, it looks very, very good, I think. Famous BMW grill, of course. Also on this side. It's a cast iron engine with an aluminium cylinder head, 2 valves per cylinder. So this particular engine was also the base for the M12 racing engine that was also used in the 80s for the F1. So the famous engine that made more than 1,000 horsepower, they say. So that was, I thought, a 1.6. So you can imagine from a small engine like this, that much power. So yeah. So very nice, classic. So let's have a test drive in this beauty. So, test drive. This very nice BMW 2002 with no seat belts. Oh yeah, it's 1975, eh? They don't have seat belts. Sounds pretty good. Handbrake is off. So let's go. No power steering. Yeah, to the gate. Ain't no scratches. So yeah. So when I looked at this particular car, I really liked the look of it. It's just a very nice classic. But if you step in it, you really notice it's a small car from the outside, but it gives you a space. Yeah, that is spacey enough. The feeling inside. So I think that's pretty good. I think. So this particular car came from Japan. It was I say in middle class condition. So it actually has out, I think they restored it, and it's now for sale at passioncar.de. Have a look on their website. It's a very nice condition in alpine white with a blue interior. It has optional colored windows. I didn't tell that, but that is also colored windows. So and it has compact no-low wheels, magnesium wheels. I don't know if I say it the right way, but it's also an optional wheels. So yeah, they built, I think, a lot of them. In total there were, from the E10 model there were 138,000 cars produced. And from the TII model, so this particular model between 1971 and 1975, they produced 38,700 cars or something. So I think it's still a lot for a semi-performance car. So this is the fastest normal aspirated version that you can buy from a 2002. There's one version faster, of course, is the 2002 Turbo. It had 170 horsepower. This particular model had 130 horsepower, had 5,800 RPMs, and it had 178 Newton meters at 4,500 RPMs, I thought. So it's a pretty light car. It weighs about 1,010 kilos, so that's pretty light. But yeah, for an age, for 1975, cars were not that big. There was no really safety regulations or sound deadening and options or that sort of stuff. So it's a light car with nice power. So So I think also on paper this particular car should do 0 to 100 in about 8.5 to 9.2 seconds, something around that. So we can have a look how good the acceleration is of this particular car. It has done just under 100,000 kilometers. So interior wise, I think the seats and the doors and this sort of stuff, nothing is done to it, and it's still looking pretty good for its age. So I know the outside is restored, of course, but looks pretty good. So the engine, the M10 engine, yeah, it's a widely produced engine. It's one of the most produced engines BMW ever had. So it came in the market from a 1.6 to a 2 liter version, and also it's not only built in the E10 model but also in other ranges. So this particular car, 1.6, 1.8 and a 2 liter version with a carburetor, 2 carburetors for the TI, and later a kugelfischer injection system for this particular model, the TII, and that injection system came from the BMW 2000 TII. So that's a little bigger version. So you can see that there's nowadays that is the 5 series, I think. It's a little bit bigger car. So these cars came with a manual transmission, 4-speed transmission. There was also a 5-speed, but that was only delivered in the turbo models. So yeah, so the difference in between the 2002 Ti and the TII is that of course the injection system, the kugelfischer injection system, it had a different cylinder head. It was called E12 cylinder head, I thought, and also it had bigger valves. So it had a modified cylinder head with different cylinder chambers, of combustion chambers, and the valves were bigger from 44 millimeters to 46 millimeters. Higher compression ratio. From I thought in the TI it was 1/9. It was also all higher than the standard model, but now it's 1/10, so it produces a little bit more power. So it has a nice acceleration, nice power delivery. I'm now doing around 3000 RPMs, and in 4th gear it still pushes very nicely. So I really like the look of this particular car. The seating position is very nice. So but yeah, I think this is, if you want a normal aspirated version without all the turbo things. 2002 is also nice, but it's on the beginning. It was also the first turbo that BMW came on the market, but it's one of the first turbos that came on the market. It's built in 1973 till 1974. It's the same range that also Porsche came on the market with a turbo. So it's pretty special. It got 170 horsepower with 140 Nm, so it's at least a second faster from 0 to 100 than this particular car. But I think this is still very nice. It also came standard with disc brakes in the front and drum brakes in the back. So yeah, very nice classic car. About 4th gear, it feels pretty good. My speedo is not working pretty good, so it stays on 60 kilometers and I'm easily doing 100 now. So I can do an acceleration test, but I will make it a few video for that. So let's see how an acceleration will do in this particular car. So let's do an acceleration test in this particular car. My speedo is not working, but factory says it should do in between 8.5 and 9.2 seconds. So 140 horsepower, 1010 kilo car. So let's see. So it's pretty nice acceleration. So original this top speed should be 185 kilometers an hour. So that doesn't sound a lot, but for a car that's built in the 70s, that's pretty fast. So I think it performs pretty good. So yeah. Also this particular model is also built as an convertible, like an Bauer Cabriolet, and I thought it was also built as a fully convertible. So if you don't know what a Bauer Cabriolet is that it is has like a beam on the height of where the rear seat is starting, and then you have like a T-top you can get out of, a complete top in between, and the back side is just foldable back, so just like a normal convertible. So there was also like a touring model available, hatchback. It had a bigger, it was a two-door, was also a two-door model. They also are called touring or wagon or a hatchback. So there were 3 or 4 models available. So in totally, yeah, from the Bauer Cabriolet is also pretty rare. The Bauer Cabriolet is only built 4,210 times, and 2002 Turbo is only built between 1973 and 1974 and only built 1,672 times. So yeah, overall a pretty nice car and a very nice classic. So hope you like this video about this 2002 TII from 1975. Yeah, it's just, I think it's in the range of the Porsche 911 from the time. It's just normal aspirated engine, good power delivery, very light. I think it's just, yeah, I really like it. I think if you have a 2002 Turbo with 170 horsepower, this car is really fast for that time. And I think it's a real joy to drive. This is already a real joy, but I think it's also really have to get noticed and say that this chassis underneath this car is really good. It's just, you can perfectly feel where the car is, and I think for a car of that age and the chassis is that good, I think it's just it makes it really fun car to drive. So this particular car is for sale at passioncar.de. Have a look on their website, there's a link below with my video. And don't forget to look also on my YouTube channel in the left corner for your right corner for you. My corner for you is my logo, click on it, you can go to my main page. You can also go to JMSpeedshop.com. See here down, JMSpeedshop.com. Have a look there. There's also this car advertised, and also a lot of information is on there about this particular car and all the model ranges, of course. Also more pictures of it. So have a look there. If you like the videos and the reviews, you want more for the future, have to look in my library. Don't forget to subscribe to my page for more nice cars and projects. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.